Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished speakers and honorable guests, good morning and welcome to this conference of environmental pollution in Iraq. But before we start, I would like to ask you to observe a moment of silence in upstanding for the martyrs and the heroes that have fallen in the wars of Iraq against dictatorship and against terrorism. So please be upstanding for a minute to observe silence. Thank you. Just some housekeeping arrangements. The fire doors are on these sides. We are not aware that there is going to be any fire drill today, so if you hear any fire alarm, it is a true fire alarm, and head towards the fire doors, please. Thank you. Now I'll call upon Dr. Jihan Baban, the Vice President of the Iraqi Academic Association and the President of the Environmental Committee on Health to give us our opening speech for this conference. Thank you.
And we're very honoured to be joined by His Excellency Dr. Saleh Hussein al-Tamimi, the Ambassador of the Republic of Iraq. If Your Excellency would like to come to say a few opening remarks.
Ladies and gentlemen, guests, good morning. First of all, I would like to thank the President and members of the Iraqi Environmental and Health Committee of the Association of Iraqi Academics for the invitation to attend and participate in this conference that of the environmental pollution in Iraq, causes, effects, and solutions. I would also like to recognize the efforts of the organizing committee for hosting this conference. I believe the threat of environmental pollution is one of many challenges we are facing in Europe. Taking into consideration that pollution is a major international challenge that needs to be dealt with by every country. Decades of war, which left millions of remnants, many years of economic sanctions, Iraq's neighboring countries' water policy, which reduced the quantity of water flowing into Iraqi rivers, industrial, medical, and domestic waste has all increased the pollution in air, water, and soil. The former regime in Iraq holds main responsibility for environmental pollution not only in Iraq, but in the region as well. We all remember burning oil wells in 1990, which had serious consequences on the environment, not just for us, but also on the species and the marines that people rely on. The draining of the marshlands in Iraq, forced destruction in South Iraq and Kurdistan region, diversion of river channels, exponential policies which led to the two wars, which left high levels of radioactive contamination of uranium, especially in Basra province, south of Iraq. As just a few examples of the former regime contribution to environmental pollution in Iraq and the region. The successive governments in Iraq after 2003 tried to find solutions to the environmental pollution and achieve basic steps through the enactment of domestic laws that regulate the operation of factories and other sources of environmental pollution. But while Iraq works hard to reduce pollution, we face many challenges that affect our efforts, amongst which are the economic crisis, drops in oil prices, and fighting terrorism. 4 weeks ago, the Fallujah offensive were launched to liberate the city from the barbaric anti-Daesh. The Iraqi heroes fighters, consisting of the Iraqi Army, Popular Mobilization Forces, and the Tribal Crown, are shouldering the entire responsibility to defend our country. Each of these forces is fighting in its designated task and field of operation implemented by the High Commander of Iraqi forces, the Prime Minister, in coordination with our international partners in the global coalition and others. In this context, Daesh has also contributed to environmental pollution in Iraq in many ways. The reported use of weapons of mass destruction several times, targeting Iraqis with chemical weapons in villages south of Mosul city. And the displacement waves, which carried around 3.6 million Iraqis out of their lands into shelter. Let me avail this opportunity to highlight the life risks imposed to the millions of displaced Iraqis due to their presence in a polluted environment with low quality water and soil and air. And I urge the international community to unite their effort with the Iraqi government to provide humanitarian aid to the displaced people in Iraq, which will be one of the achievements of this conference. Helping the displaced Iraqis to return back to their lands and homes is an essential point towards achieving reconciliation in Iraq, which is the result of the sacrifices offered by the Shia and Sunni and Kurd together in the liberation of Iraq.
Sorry, Mr. Ambassador, Arabs and Kurds, don't sectarian your call.
Excuse me, any comments? There will be time for comments later on.
No, it is very
Please do not interrupt the speeches. The conference represents an opportunity to discuss these environmental threats in Iraq, especially in presence with experts and professionals from Iraq, United Kingdom, and other states. I will be delighted to help and support the Environmental and Health Committee by every possible means, and I invite the Iraqi businessmen, companies, and their partners to support this huge effort to get the best desired results of this conference. I wish you all success and thanks. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, His Excellency, for those words. Can I now welcome Dr. Wassim Al-Alwan, representative of the Ministry of Health, to say a few opening words.